So like I said, I'm an anti-tanking advocate, but if the Vikings fall to 0-4 and maybe 0-6, and if they fall to 0-6, that means they lost to two currently winless teams in the Houston Texans and Atlanta Falcons. I'm in. You son of a bitch, I'm in. So, tank for Trevor. Of course, that's been talked about. But what about no pants for Trey Lance? Woo! So let's talk about the pride of Marshall, Minnesota, who the Gophers did not offer, by the way, and NDSU Bison quarterback today. So background, 6'3", 224, 21 years young, going to be a redshirt sophomore this season. Well, was going to be, might still be, TBD. So his dad was a superstar at Southwest Minnesota State University in Marshall. Go Mustangs, NSIC representing up in here. Also was a three-star recruit coming out of Marshall High School, but then again, the Gophers did not offer him. In high school, his final season for the Marshall Tigers, put up 1,386 passing yards, 14 touchdowns. Also ran for 641 on the ground and 10 scores. Kind of a big deal, right? Three-star recruit. Number 8 overall recruit in the state of Minnesota for the 2018 class. Again, the Gophers did not offer him. Did get offers from South Dakota State, Northern Illinois, PJ. Ironically, PJ Fleck's alma mater, Northern Illinois. Also Chad Beebe. NDSU as well as Cornell. Perhaps you've heard of it. And then eventually he took his talents to Fargo. Redshirt in 2018. Easton Stick was still that dude. Ended up being a 5th-round pick by the Chargers. I like Easton Stick. He's pretty good. But then 2019 took the reins as a redshirt freshman. And oh my gosh. So Bison, yet again, had another undefeated season going 14-0. Another FCS national title in Frisco, Texas, taking care of things. Trey Lance was the superstar, completed 66.9% of his passes. Nice. 2,786 yards passing, 28 touchdowns, 0 picks. 0. And also a sexy 9.7 yards per attempt, so it wasn't a bunch of clown farting checkdowns and bubble screens. Also, he ran for 1,000 yards and 14 touchdowns, had 6.5 yards per carry, was just an absolute stud. First team All Missouri Valley Football Conference. All conference. Also, MVFC Offensive Player of the Year. He won the Jerry Rice Award for Best FCS Freshman. Also won the Walter Payton Award, which is the equivalent of the FCS Heisman, as well as he ended up as second-team FCS All-American. So the guy who wins the Heisman, guy who wins the Freshman of the Year, is a second-team All-American behind some guy named Case Cookus from Northern Illinois, which sounds like a made-up name. It's like if Case Keenum went into witness protection and ended up working at a Sbarro's. Like, what's your name? Case Cookus. Yeah. But it is an absolute joy, a ton of fun to watch Lance play, even though I'm not the biggest NDSU fan. Like, this is a North Dakota fighting Hawks shirt. It's $3 at TJ Maxx. What do you want from me? But ton of fun to watch him play. Again, the Gophers did not offer him. He's big. He's fast. He absolutely brings it. And yes, you could talk about level of competition. It is a step down for FCS, but talent is talent is talent. He's got a rocket arm. He's absolutely accurate. He makes good decisions with the football, whether it be throwing or run a lot of RPO at the mesh point, as well as, choosing to hand off, choosing to run, throw, and RPO, doing lots of things, right? Also, the 0 picks. Now, you could say, like, oh, he's just taking care of the football, and it's like he's not taking risks or anything like that. Baloney. Kid will go vertical and he will get after it, and that's something that I love. And also, yes, you could say that college offense are a lot of his reads simplified, a lot of play action off of zone read and read option. Sure, it freezes the defense, not all checkdowns, kid goes vertical, all that stuff, right? And also is extremely good when things get off schedule. He uses size, he uses mobility, but also he's not one of those, especially college quarterbacks, where one read, not open, run. He's not that guy. It's one read, 2 read, 3 read, scan the field. He's always looking to throw, even when he's on the move. That's what stands out right away from tape. Great footwork, light years ahead of where you expect like a second-year FCS player to be. Throws from a great base, and he's just good. He's just good, man. And also, can't say enough about how the ball just like pops from his hand. Like, it's a little bit tired to say things are Mahomes-esque nowadays. You could say not quite Dan Marino, but maybe like a Michael Vick, just like a little flick of the wrist, and all of a sudden, oh, it's 50 yards downfield. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Actually, Marino had more of a wind-up, but it's whatever. But I think that he is firmly in the big three quarterbacks in 2021. You have Trevor Lawrence, you have Justin Fields from Ohio State, and also you have Trey Lance. Now, Kyle Trask from Florida and maybe KJ Costello after he throws for 5 billion yards at Mississippi State. Mike Leach, swing your sword. Woo! Like maybe they'll get into the Derby. Maybe Derek King from Miami gets in there too. I really love him. But I think as of right now, I think Trey's draft stock, I think the hay is in the barn. Like honestly, I don't think that he should play another down of college football because NDSU and Missouri Valley Conference, they suspended football until the spring, even though the Bison are scheduled to have a game versus Central Arkansas on Saturday, which, all right, so you're going to have one game. Essentially, it's an exhibition. And then you have a spring season. Now, like the spring NDSU season butts right up against the April draft. I don't think that's a good idea. I understand that Trey Lance, he's dedicated. He's still young. I mean, he's a redshirt sophomore, for goodness sake. But, man, is the iron ever going to be hotter? I mean, you could say it will stay at the same temperature for sure. Like he'll come in, he'll dominate FCS once again. NDSU is always going to be stacked. They'll always be playing with an advantage, and you could say that too. But also, we've talked about prospect fatigue, and we talked about with Trevor Lawrence, where Trevor Lawrence might be the most flawless prospect for a quarterback in recent memory. Like maybe going all the way back to John Elway or something ridiculous like that. But you're going to see draft nicks just because they're sort of sick of talking about Trevor Lawrence. Like, oh, he doesn't change his socks well. He lets milk expire. He's that guy, right? And I am worried that Trey Lance will have this insanely high level of play, but the draft nicks will still pick apart his game. And also, I mean, let's talk about, like, he has nothing to prove, and injuries do happen. Like you see in the NFL, like there's tons of injuries happening right now. It's completely random, and I would be sick if an alien abduction takes away this kid's chance to be a high NFL draft pick and also start off his pro career with, you know, the best possible situation. Like that would be absolutely horrible. So I think it would be a mistake for Lance to play, especially in the spring. You can play this exhibition game in the fall. It's like whatever. But again, he literally has nothing to prove. Just get hooked up with a great agent and a great training facility and train your ass off for the combine, and he'll ball. Like he will destroy the combine in measurables. He'll be wild. Scouts will be, and GMs will be wowed by tape. And he just has a maturity. He's got, kid's just a leader, and that's something that I think it's really gets underrated when you're talking about quarterbacks. You talk about arm strength, you talk about miles per hour, you talk about big stats and this and that, but can the kid lead? And will men follow him? That's what I want to know, and men will certainly follow Trey Lance. So I'm fully in on the Pride of Marshall, Minnesota. Again, the Gophers did not offer him, but man, that would be tough. There's going to be a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft, like Brock Purdy, Iowa State, Tanner Morgan from the Gophers. Shoot, this might be the best quarterback class ever. You never know. All right, but your thoughts. Trey Lance, no pants for Trey Lance. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.